Brothers and sisters, I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and today we have the privilege and pleasure of making a green drink for early spring. And I know, well do I know, that in many parts of this country, when you look out your window, you can still see banks of snow or the ground is frozen. But here in California, we're well into spring. And we're going to be using common garden vegetables to inspire, to motivate, and to inspire. I've been in the vegan, vegetarian, live food world for nearly 4 decades now. And I've been to innumerable seminars, lectures, international symposium, and whatever. And one thing that I've carried away with me is the potency and wonderment of green drink. All a green drink is simply alive organic vegetables blended in water. It's as simple as that. And yet, in all of my experience being devoted to living foods for over 40 years, nothing is more healing, is more rejuvenating, is more restorative than finely divided greens. It's so easy to do. I have a green drink for breakfast every day. I have a green drink for dinner every day. It's not the only food that I eat by any means. I'm also eating dried fruits, nuts, and seeds, and whatever. But the green drink is the focus, is the centerpiece of my breakfast and my dinner. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to create this wonderment, and it truly is. It truly is. All the vegetables we're going to be using are from my garden here in the greater Berkeley area, actually in the Berkeley Hills. So here we go. Here we go. Let us prepare a green drink. First thing we're going to be doing is starting with spring water. If you're concerned about your health, no one should be drinking tap water anywhere in these states. Use spring water. And in my understanding, the very, very best is Mountain Valley spring water. It goes back it's well over 150 years old or so. It's well established, and it's a delicious water. It's somewhat pricey, but well worth it. So let's go ahead and let's put a couple cups of spring water in our blender. And then we're going to start with parsley. This is an Italian parsley from my garden. Can you see how vibrant and alive, how filled with orgone life energy it is? And a live organic parsley. We're going to be putting this in the blender, and maybe add a bit more water. And blend. And you see I'm using the most ordinary of blenders. You don't need anything expensive or far out or whatever. Just an ordinary kitchen blender is all you need. Next thing we're going to be using is stinging nettle. This is a very, very potent stinging nettle from my garden also, and it really does sting. But one of the things that I've discovered is that when you blend a stinging nettle, its potency, its ability to sting disappears immediately. And also, if you steam it lightly, it tastes just like spinach. A wondrous vegetable filled with minerals, nutrients, and vitality. So here, a live organic stinging nettle, first of spring here in Berkeley. And boy, oh boy, it really does sting. But let's blend that up right away. There you go. It's totally innocuous now. And then we're going to we're going to add some wild plants. And this is malva, a wild plant, a wild vegetable, which you'll find in every garden in the lower 48 states. Every single garden, most common garden. People regard it as a weed, but it's a wonderful vegetable. It's great for salads, for green drinks, or for anything else. So we're going to put some of our malva, a wild plant, in our green drink, and we'll just take this and put this in just like that, and there we go. And then we're going to do another wild plant, and this happens to be chickweed. You'll find this also in every garden in the lower 48, chickweed. It tastes to me just like sweet corn, a delightful and delicious wild plant. You'll find it everywhere, chickweed. I'm going to put some chickweed in. We'll add a little more water. Here we go. And we're going to blend. Okay. And then we're going to add some miner's lettuce. Miner's lettuce is a wonderful wild green. How magnificent these look. And it's also a delicious. Some aver that it's the most delicious of salad greens. It grows wild here in California. You could also buy the seeds at any good seed house and plant it in your garden. And why is it called miner's lettuce? You've guessed it, because the 49ers, when they came here, they used it as their salad. It's in great abundance. It's in all wild spaces, and it's a most delicious salad green. So miner's lettuce, going back to the gold rush. And we'll blend that up. And then our next wild plant is going to be dandelion. Dandelion also you'll find most anywhere in the 48 states and further afield. So we're going to put some dandelion in, utterly nutritious and filled with nutrients. And we'll leave it right there. And then let's get into some more regular garden vegetables. Here we're going to be putting a wonderful Russian red kale. It's called Russian red kale because the stems are sort of reddish, packed with nutrients and vitality. Russian red kale. And then we're going to be using a winter boar kale. I got the seeds from Johnny's Selected Seeds, an excellent seed house in Maine. They're wonderful people. Patronize them. So winter boar kale, and we're going to be putting some of that in too. And we'll maybe add just a bit more water, and we'll blend it up. Okay. And then we're going to add some Swiss chard. This, you will agree, is a very, very vital looking Swiss chard. And I'd like to mention that no vegetables you can buy in the store, organic or no, are as nutritious as those that you grow yourself. Because even on organic farms, they're all monocrop. All the Swiss chard lettuce and whatever are all grown in enormous fields of acres upon acres. They're all monocultured, monocrop. Nothing can compare, however, with the greens that you've grown yourself, even in the humblest of backyards or of raised beds or whatever. So this is my alive organic Swiss chard, and I'm going to add a few leaves of this this wonderful vegetable. Here we go. Just put that in thusly. Tamp it down. And finally, a romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce also from my garden. It's been out there the whole winter long, and it's just getting back into growth right now. And so here's a romaine lettuce, and I'm just going to take the entire head of lettuce and put it in the blender, just like that. And here we go. And that's it, my friends. We've made our green drink, as simple as that. This drink is charged with vitality. Don't store it away, but partake of it right away, immediately. The sooner, the better. It's charged with life force and aliveness. So, Living Tree, alive organic green drink, nothing is more healing and restorative. Something to consider, please. And I'd like to mention a few things, if I may. That growing your own food is no longer an option. It's a necessity. It's a necessity in this world. You cannot depend upon an outside farmer specialist out there growing your fruits and vegetables. You at least get back to growing at least a part of the foods that you consume. If you're fortunate enough to own your own home, then your front yard is a fruit garden replete with heirloom and historic fruits, and especially old-time apple trees. All you've got to do is look at any catalog of heirloom fruit trees, and you'll find you could imagine a garden planted with the fruits that Thomas Jefferson or George Washington enjoyed. It's all entirely possible, and that most anywhere in these United States. Your backyard, an alive, organic, bio-intensive garden. Maybe if you have the time and energy, you've configured this in raised beds, and you've planted this intensively. There are so many YouTube videos out there with brothers and sisters who are experts in doing this, and who will be sharing with you their tips and secrets and showing you just how to go about creating abundance in your backyard. As I said, it's no longer an option. It is our duty to do so, to revive and give back to this American earth. We cannot be heavy takers continuously. We have to give something back. And give ourselves the pleasure of having a compost bucket in your garden where all the carrot tops, beet tops, orange peels, banana peels, and so forth are all there. You put this in the compost pile, and you recreate this into living soil, into humus, which you put back into the garden. As I've said time and time again, the heart and soul of the garden is your compost pile. If you don't own your own land, if you live in an apartment, I urge you to consider microgreens, which you can grow in the privacy of your kitchen. There too, you'll find innumerable YouTube videos showing you just how to go about and do this. And I also urge you to join a community garden, to work with brothers and sisters on healing this American earth. The times demand it. It's our duty. It is our responsibility. So let's get going, brothers and sisters. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. Let us plant as much of the food we eat ourselves. Let's give back. Let's revivify and revitalize this American earth. That's what we're here to do. Thank you so very much indeed. A privilege speaking with you. Bye for now.